James was a kind and innocent boy who lived with his mother in a small, poor house. They had very little money, but they had something stronger than wealth: love. Every morning, his mother smiled even when her heart was full of worries. She wanted her son to have a better future than the life she had lived. But behind her smile was a sacrifice nobody could see. Every night, after James went to sleep, Sarah continued working. Her hands became tired, but her dreams for her son kept her strong. She skipped her own meals so James could have enough food. She wore old clothes so her son could have new school supplies. A mother's love often means giving everything without asking for anything in return. One evening, James looked at his mother and made a promise. "Mom, one day I will make you proud." Sarah smiled because she believed in her son's dreams. She didn't need riches or a comfortable life. Her only wish was to see her son succeed and live happily. At school, James often felt different from the other children. Some students had new clothes and expensive books, but he only had his dreams. Sometimes he felt embarrassed about his poor life. But he remembered his mother's sacrifices every single day. He decided that his struggles would become the reason for his success. Sarah also had dreams she quietly buried. She wanted a better life, new clothes, and a comfortable home. But every time she had a choice, she chose her son first. Her happiness came from seeing James move closer to his dreams. A mother's sacrifice is a love story written without words. James understood that his mother's sacrifices needed an answer. He began studying harder than ever before. While others played, he focused on building his future. Every page he read was a step toward changing their lives. His mother's love became the power behind his determination. One day, James received news that changed everything. His hard work earned him a scholarship opportunity. Sarah cried tears of happiness because her sacrifices were finally showing results. She hugged her son and told him to never give up. This was only the beginning of James' journey toward a better life. Years passed, and James grew older. He knew that staying in the village would not change their future. With his mother's blessings, he left home to search for opportunities. Sarah was afraid of losing her son, but she believed in his dreams. Sometimes love means letting someone go so they can grow. The city was bigger and harder than James imagined. He faced rejection after rejection while searching for work. Many nights, he slept with worry and uncertainty in his heart. But whenever he wanted to quit, he remembered his mother's sacrifices. Her love gave him the courage to continue fighting. After many difficult days, James finally received a chance. A businessman saw something special in him, his honesty and determination. James did not have money or connections. But he had something more powerful, a strong heart and a never-give-up attitude. This small opportunity became the door to a new life. James worked harder than anyone around him. He arrived early and stayed late because he knew his goal. Every success started with small steps and endless effort. He was not just building a career, he was building a better future for his mother. The boy who once had nothing was slowly changing his destiny. Success was not easy for James. There were moments when he felt exhausted and wanted to give up. The pressure became heavier with every passing day. But when he looked at his mother's picture, he remembered her sacrifices. He promised himself that he would keep fighting until he changed their lives. James never looked for shortcuts. He worked with honesty, patience, and dedication. Slowly, people started noticing his effort. The same boy who was once ignored was now being respected. His journey proved that hard work always creates opportunities. One evening, James called his mother with amazing news. He told her that her sacrifices were finally bringing happiness. Sarah cried because she remembered all the difficult nights she survived. She never wanted wealth for herself. Seeing her son succeed was the greatest reward she could receive. After years of struggle, James finally returned home. He didn't forget the woman who sacrificed everything for him. He hugged his mother and thanked her for never giving up on him. Their difficult days became memories of strength and courage. A mother's love had helped create a son's success. Years passed, and James continued working hard. He turned every struggle into a lesson and every failure into motivation. He built a successful career through patience and dedication. But even with success, he never forgot his mother's sacrifices. His heart remained the same humble boy she raised. James wanted to give his mother everything she had sacrificed for him. He bought her a beautiful home where she could finally rest peacefully. Sarah looked around with tears because she remembered their old broken house. She never expected anything in return for her love. Her son's happiness was always her greatest dream. Looking back, James realized something important. His success was not created by money or luck. It was built on his mother's love, sacrifices, and endless belief. Sarah had given him everything when they had nothing. And now, her son had given her the happiness she always deserved. James finally fulfilled the promise he made as a child. He promised his mother that one day he would make her proud. Now, sitting beside her, he realized she was the reason behind every achievement. His success was not just his own victory. It was a reward for the woman who sacrificed everything for him. The greatest success in life is not measured by money or fame. It is measured by the love and sacrifices we remember. A mother's prayers and hard work can change a child's destiny. Never forget the people who stood beside you when you had nothing. Because behind every successful person, there is often someone who believed first.